Politics in this country is crazy. You put things in perspective that even I didn't. The right is playing fast and loose with facts and scapegoating everyone under the sun, especially black and brown people. As a white man, I do not agree with this, and I am on my black and brown brothers and sisters' side. Fight the good fight. Know that I am part of the resistance. Let's fight the power.
Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
Was never created for women to try to bypass adulthood and womanhood. I also want to say having a provider has nothing to do with the soft life, because there are single women who have given themselves a soft life. The soft life, what I have perceived it as, has always been and will continue to be women who prioritize peace of mind. Women who do not live life on autopilot. Women who want a life of leisure. Leisure being when I wake up in the day, I have freedom to decide what I want to do in my day. I can go garden if that's a hobby of mine. I can stop by Starbucks and read that book that I've been trying to get into. A soft life, in so many words, is a woman who has prioritized regulation, stability, peace. That is a soft life. That is soft. That is soft life. You prioritize peace of mind, and you're not out here living on fight, flight, and freeze. Like my video said before, the lazy women have entered the chat.
Ooh.
And y'all truly believe the soft life means that you get to abandon adulthood and womanhood. It doesn't work that way. That's not what it is. That's not what it is. That's not what it was. That's not what it was intended to be.
Ooh,
I didn't say it. The sister said it. Oh, Lord. Hey, I didn't say it. The sister said it. Let me tell you what the soft life is. I've been in conversations all day about the soft life. And the sister said the soft life is not a tool to be used to run away from your adulthood. This is the life you're living. And if it is difficult, part of the soft life is about acceptance. I think the highest form of the soft life is about acceptance. Now, you can't get to acceptance until you develop resilience. And when she says you're running away from adulthood, you're running away from the cultivation of internal resilience. Now, let me address this. Should men take care of their women? I think women entering into the workforce, now this might be terrible. All right? Women should have the right to enter into the workforce. Especially African American women, the number one educated gender on planet Earth. Sure, what is education for? So you can enter the workforce. That's what it was initially created for. You know how to read, you know how to follow instructions, you know how to work, right? But listen very carefully. Entering into the workforce has a negative effect on everybody that's in it. There's a reason why men were dying younger than women. The lifespan of men was shorter than women. Now women are starting to catch up because ruling the world, running the world, handling your business, no nonsense. This is a toxic society, as Krishnamurti already alluded. It is no measure of health to be fully integrated into a toxic society. You don't get to have both. I'm sorry. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But for the most part, most people don't know how. We live in a society that does not teach us about individuation, about healing, right? We think acquisition leads to healing. The more money I have, the less problems I'll have. Money will solve everything, right? Somebody doing it for me will solve everything. That's not a partner. That's an enabler. I know you don't want to hear it put that way. Sun Tzu, Taoism. The greatest victory is the one that requires no battle. Listen to that. That's from Taoism. The greatest victory is the one that requires no battle. There is no battle when there's no resistance. There's no resistance when there's no... Do you hear what I'm saying? There's no resistance when there's acceptance. We don't accept things as they are. We get a partner, we try to change them. We try to get them to fit into our construct of life. We don't accept them as they are. So where there is resistance, guess what? There's going to be conflict, right? Tonight's topic, healing from the soft life. I argue that it is mislabeled. Why? Because there's nothing soft about self-work. There's nothing soft about individuation. To me, the soft life is spiritual bypassing. You're using spiritual terms. Oh, I'm practicing mindfulness and regulation and blah, blah, blah. If you're not on the path of individuation, you're just using spiritual terms. And healing is not easy, right? It is a crucible. Tonight's topic, healing from the soft life. A deeper look at inner work avoidance and how it deforms our perception of intimate relationships. The soft life movement, a seductive revolt against modernity's grind, harbors a grotesque paradox. its pursuit of frictionless comfort biologically rewires humans for fragility. That's according to Lipton's epigenetics. Spiritually neuters shadow work and resurrects colonial patriarchy under self-care aesthetics. Do you understand? By weaponizing Andre Lorde's self-preservation as warfare into neoliberal consumerism, it forges trauma bonds, veiled as empowerment, where jade rollers anesthetize Rumi's light-bearing wounds. An avoidant attachment, John Bowlby, masquerades as secure relating. Data reveals 68% of adherents of the soft life endure erotic starvation, according to Perel. And cortisol spikes mirroring chronic stress. Proof that comfort's siren song genetically downregulates resilience. Resilience is acceptance. It goes back to that old saying, right? Remember that old saying? Control what is yours to control and accept everything else. Yes, a man can provide for a woman. Yes, a man can be there, support her, rock with her, do all of it. Take care of her, sure. There's nothing wrong with that, fellas. However, that's only half of the job. That's the external side of it. A man showing up, making sure that there's a safe space for her to express and be and vibe. Sure, that's only half of it. If she's not doing the internal work, then all the softness that you supply will just be supply. Oh, I know you don't want to hear it put that way. The soft life's true betrayal, the hijacking of black woman's rest narratives to enforce Stepford femininity, trading alchemical growth, right, for Instagrammable stagnation. Healing demands what Bruce Lee called the diamond life, where strategic suffering, according to Glenn R. Schiraldi's work, forges anti-fragility. I just want to be in a soft little bubble where everything is cool, right? Forging anti-fragility, transforming avoidance into warrior poet grace. Here, peace isn't purchased. It's earned through fire. Do you understand? Oh, I want the soft life. I want to be taken care of. I want to do that. Yes, a man can do his part. But if you're not soft in your heart, if you're not working on individuation, if you're not facing your own demons, all he's doing is enabling you. The highest level of the soft life, if we want to get into Taoism, is acceptance of the flow of life, the ups and downs, the disappointments, right? Is the soft life synonymous with internal peace? You can't have internal peace while you're busy suppressing what needs to come to the surface for reconciliation, for reclamation. The epigenetics of fragility, how chronic comfort rewires the stress genome. Right? Nietzsche's amor fati, love your fate, clashes with soft life risk aversion, arguing that adversity's absence starves the soul's capacity for meaning making. The psychological insight, B.F. Skinner's operant conditioning, reveals how comfort-seeking reinforces neural pathways for avoidance, not adaptation. The difficulty of life is designed for you to adapt. When you adapt, you get better. You got a whole movement out here, soft, 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 soft. But if the soft life doesn't incorporate internal work, internal conquering of demons, which is not soft, it is arduous, it is difficult, it is heartbreaking. This is why the poet Rumi said, keep breaking your heart until it opens. Right? The soft life is really just avoidance repackaged. I know John Bowlby's attachment there is just avoidance repackaged. Don't disturb me. Only quiet can be disturbed. Peace, on the other hand, cannot be disturbed by anything from the outside. Only quiet can be disturbed. I know you don't want to hear it put that way. I know. Again, Rumi. The wound is where the light enters. Light, historically, and from time immemorial, always represented knowledge, the knowledge of self. Listen to Rumi. The wound is where the light enters. It's where self-knowledge enters. Nah, I'm cool. I don't want to be dysregulated. That's because you haven't mastered regulation. Right? All of this relationship, if you don't understand it by now, relationship is self-realization. Relationship is a tool for nirvana, to cultivate nirvana. Relationship is a tool to cultivate what the Buddhists called moksha, which is their term for liberation. Right? Most people don't understand that. They think it's on the partner. Show up. Make sure I'm safe. No, you make sure you're safe. I can do something for you externally, but that doesn't mean you will learn. That doesn't mean you will grow. That does not mean you will advance in your spiritual maturation. That's what the soft life should really be about. Listen, when we come forward, if you think for 1 second that I'm finished, you got another thing coming.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. You ready?
Somebody make some noise in this joint.
KBLA Talk 1580 celebrates its 4th anniversary this year on Juneteenth.
Here we go again.
Hard to believe 4 years has gone by so fast.
Oh my God.
But here we are, still standing, still loving and serving our people as best we can.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
To celebrate our 4th anniversary, we have 4 big events, and you're invited to all of them.
She got a lot to say. Let's do this.
Let's get it on.
On Wednesday, June 18th, we go live on C-SPAN for the 2nd consecutive year with our Climate Justice Plus Black Health Symposium. Tavis Smiley will moderate an all-star panel of thinkers and influencers as we continue our vitally important climate justice work.
Hey, Tavis Smiley, talk about.
On Thursday, June 19th, you're invited to join us as we celebrate Juneteenth and our 4th anniversary. There will be plenty of food, fun, great music, good vibes, and all of your favorite KBLA Talk 1580 hosts will be there.
Yeah, man.
Flip the beat. On Saturday, June 21st, there are 2 big events you're invited to attend.
I can't wait to hear it.
This year, KBLA Talk 1580 continues its annual partnership with the Empowerment Congress for a community celebration and dialogue to educate, engage, and empower. This year's theme is resilience in the face of chaos.
Can't wait to see what's up next.
Y'all ain't ready for this.
And new this year is our State of Black Women in Los Angeles Symposium, moderated by Dominique DePrima, with a luncheon to follow. Dominique will be leading a dialogue with some of the most impactful Black women leaders in Los Angeles, and you're invited to join.
This is it.
All of these events are free, but seating is limited, so you must register in advance at our KBLA1580.com website, where you can find all the details you need about each event.
Check it out.
It's our 4th anniversary, and we would love to celebrate it with you.
I love you guys so much. There's nothing you can do about it.
We're KBLA Talk 1580.
The only black talk radio station west of the Mississippi.
Thank you for having our black.
Happy anniversary, KBLA.
Love you. Love you.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. LA County's new Justice Care and Opportunities Department, or JCOD, is here to support justice-involved individuals and their families. The JCOD Support Center is now taking calls at 1-833-LACJCOD. That's 1-833-522-5263. Available 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m., the Support Center is your one-stop shop for re-entry issues and court support. They offer court reminders, connections to local services, transportation assistance for housing, court appearances, and childcare. The JCOD hotline provides personalized help to connect you with services that you need. And don't forget to check out justiceconnect.org for more information. Remember, it's free and available every day at 1-833-522-5263. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
So first, we're going to distinguish between rest and retreat, right? Because rest replenishes us. Retreat avoids. One restores your energy. The other protects you from engagement. And I want you to learn the difference. Second, notice if your rituals are moving you forward. You can ask yourself, after this, am I more willing to re-engage with life or less? Because real self-care prepares you to return, not escape. And then the third thing, don't use emotional language to bypass responsibility. I'm overwhelmed shouldn't always mean you shut down. Sometimes it means you pause, reorganize, and move anyway. Awareness isn't a free pass to disconnect. And then the fourth thing is, let your self-care be quiet. If it always has to be seen, posted, or validated, it might not be self-care. It might be performance. And that's not peace. It's production in disguise. And then the fifth thing is, use self-care to build capacity, not justify limitation. The goal isn't to stay in a bubble, it's to become stronger, more present, more stable. Real self-care makes you more available to life and not more isolated, disconnected, or fragile. Because self-care isn't the goal, becoming more whole is. And anything that pulls you away from that, even if it feels good, is not care. It's just retreat in disguise.
You hear me? Do you hear me? Huh? What in the world? Just because you call it self-care doesn't mean it's not avoidance repackaged. She said, if we're really going to care for ourselves, we are working to become more resilient, not more resistant, not more avoidant. Avoidance is a form of resistance. Yes, a man can show up and create safe spaces. A man can show up and give you all that you need. But if you're not doing the real self-care, you heard me say this before, I don't like using the word care because it means wound, it means hurt, it means pain, it means sorrow. I say self-empathy. Empathize with your wounds. Empathize with your origin story. Don't judge it. Embrace it objectively, non-judgmentally. Love on you. Then the need to be loved on, then the need to receive love begins to recede. You start to project love outward. Love and you and your spirit starts operating in the same manner as the sun. All of the planets are within the gravitational pull of the sun. They call it the heliosphere. Love operates like that. Do you understand? You start to pull in that which is what you are, right? Oh my goodness, I am love. You start magnetizing love into your life. Because relationship fundamentally is a mirror. If it works for Patrick Carnes, right? Trauma bonding, it works in reverse. Oh my goodness. When shadow work becomes a luxury aesthetic, who's ready for this work tonight? Come on. When we come forward, the voice of reason will keep this fire lit.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Black Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass is blaming former President Trump for sparking weekend violence.
It's the last thing our city needs.
She says ICE raids triggered fear that escalated when Trump sent in federal troops. While Trump claims he deployed the National Guard due to rising chaos, Bass and Governor Newsom are urging him to pull the troops from L.A. Bass is also calling for continued peaceful protest. A former girlfriend of Sean Diddy Combs, identified as Jane, told the court she feared he'd film explicit acts on his phone that others could access. She previously testified he forced her to have sex with 3 male escorts while he watched. And Black Maryland Attorney General Anthony Brown is joining a multi-state lawsuit to block the release of forced reset triggers, devices that turn semi-automatic guns into machine guns. He says the move violates federal law and would increase gun violence and risk in Maryland communities. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
It's time to bring people back into the hiring process. If posting jobs online and screening applicants is failing, turn to the experts. Express Employment Professionals. Go to expresspros.com to find the location near you. Express blends tech with local support. That's expresspros.com.
At the tone, please record your message.
You ready? Drop it! Mr. Tavis Smiley, preach it. Thank you, man. Politics in this country is crazy. You put things in perspective that even I didn't. The right is playing fast and loose with facts and scapegoating everyone under the sun, especially black and brown people. As a white man, I do not agree with this, and I am on my black and brown brothers and sisters' side. Fight the good fight. Know that I am part of the resistance. Let's fight the power.
Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
During this time, it's important for everyone to know your rights. The 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendments in the U.S. Constitution protects every one of us, regardless of immigration status. The 4th Amendment requires a judicial warrant to search your home. The 5th protects your right to remain silent. And the 6th gives you the right to an attorney. Just remember,
No warrant, no key. Privacy. You don't have to speak. No lawyer.
right.
Hey, we all got rights.
Lena Bloom for the Bail Project.
Imagine you're stuck in a jail cell and you can't afford bail and someone offers you a way out. Just plead guilty and you can go home and kiss your kids goodnight. What do you do? What thousands have. You plead guilty whether you are or not. Cash bail makes poverty a crime. That's why the Bail Project helps those who can't afford it while fighting to end cash bail. Because freedom should be free.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for. For this free information, call 800-433-8909. 800-433-8909. That's 800-433-8909. Or simply visit godra.com.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. If you need help getting your resume in order, finding job training, or landing a job, we've got 3 great options for you. First, the City of Los Angeles has WorkSource centers across the area offering free job support. The California Workforce Development Board can help you with everything from GED prep to vocational training at no cost to you. On the federal level, the Department of Labor's American Job Centers offer a full range of services for job seekers and businesses alike. Visit careeronestop.org, or for more info, just call California's Help Center or visit cwdb.ca.gov or call 916-657-1440. For the City of Los Angeles programs, go to ewdd.lacity.gov or call 213-744-7300. All these services are free to help you get your next job. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today, talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Solar system, planets rotate, spinning in the heavens.
The reason why your mom, your grandmother cannot sit still. They're always working, moving around, washing, cooking for their husband, even though they take care of their kids. They're working, they're doing stuff for their church. Is because they are suffering. And being busy, not resting, is a defense mechanism to help them to survive. Because the moment they rest, all that pain that they were hiding will come to the surface. And so when you see them moving, keeping busy, they're protecting themselves. They're numbing their feelings so that they could survive and keep going.
And then you have the flip side, right? Now, I've had this conversation. The flip side is sometimes women in particular who are doing so much, who are stressed beyond capacity, right? They need a soft life to be able to reset, right? And that is their right. They should have it. Absolutely. Right? Nobody's arguing against a soft life for someone who is suffering and they're caught in this loop of doing, perpetual doing, right? And that's the only thing that brings them a modicum of quiet. I won't call it peace. But here's the thing. If, right, a man can provide this environment for a woman, because the soft life definition changes from generation to generation. You got young ones who are lazy, that don't want to do the work. They want somebody to come in and just take care of everything, Prince Charming. You have older ones who understand, I need a safe environment to unwind, unplug, detach, right, and decompress. Now, if a man provides that for a woman, that's beautiful. That's a wonderful thing. I think men should contribute in that way in the relationship, creating a safe space so that a woman can decompress, right, from all this busyness in order to avoid something deeper, something internal. Now, what I don't want is for an addiction and a codependence to be created from that. I want, hey, I'm going to provide this externally. I'm going to do my part on your journey. And I'm doing that so you can quiet down, decompress, and peace out so you can go inside that cave, the cave of you, and start to unravel and unpack and cry and release. Do you see what I'm saying? The younger generation got it twisted, right? You supposed to provide all of this stuff, and I'm going to make nurturing, kindness, caring, loving, and all of that. I'm going to make all of that transactional unless you give me that. Do you see? Blue Diamond said, take us on surprise trips. Right? When shadow work becomes a luxury aesthetic. Right? Kierkegaard, his concept, anxiety as dizziness of freedom. Right? Instagrammed shadow work as escapism from existential choice. There is work that must be done. I can create an external safe space, but internally, I have no jurisdiction. Right? Marsha Linehan's DBT identifies spiritual bypassing as emotional avoidance, masquerading as transcendence. Neville Goddard's Law of Assumption warns visualizing peace without shadow integration manifests delusion, not liberation. I want you to hear that again. Neville Goddard's Law of Assumption warns visualizing peace without shadow integration manifests delusion, not liberation. See, everybody wants peace, but nobody wants to work for it. There is no soft life if you got to work for peace. Listen to what I'm saying. If you got to work for peace, where does the soft life come? You want to break from the grind of life. You were born to transcend the mold that you were born into. If you want liberation, you have to go inside and do the work. Finding comfort in hard work. I think that there it is. In soul work, right? John Gilbreth II. Many people don't want to do it. Then what happens? The soft life comes with another little piece. Transactional intimacy. The soft life's covert rebranding of trauma bonds. Mark's alienation of labor mirrors soft life relationships. Commodifying care into luxury services erodes authentic connection. Patrick Carnes' trauma bonding model shows financial dependency in soft wife life. It creates Stockholm syndrome, like loyalty to abusers, but only it's loyalty to wallets, loyalty to resources. I know people don't want to hear it put that way. 68% of provider-dependent relationships show elevated cortisol levels, mimicking chronic stress. 2024 Relationships Journal. The soft life. If we're going to go soft, let's go Tao, the Tao. Now, that's just the Chinese term for the way. A lot of people don't understand because the way is the Taoist way of saying God. They call God the way. If you juxtapose that with Christianity and Jesus, I am the way, the truth, and the light. No man gets to the Father but by me. The way, Taoism. Softness is the way in Taoism. That which is hard, inflexible, is brittle, and can break. That which is soft is flexible and can yield. Do you see? The soft life is really about resilience. Resilience is about acceptance. Many people struggle to understand this. Now, we've got callers on the line, and I want to get them on right now. Sean, Oakland, California, you're up first. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Oh, my goodness, brother. So, my main thing here is, we're dealing with the next step is going to be martial law in your city, everywhere else. You got to understand that you're going to have people coming to you saying, what should I do, brother? You are one of those people, Zoda, that people are going to say, what should I do? When, this is happening right now. So that's my main call. My main call has been that in the past, too. Check in with people around you and make sure they're all right. But they're not going to be all right because we didn't vote right. You didn't show up. You had apathy. You had knuckleheads. Didn't show up. So now you understand the implications of not showing up. And so hopefully, we're all understand how to rebound from this as a sports analogy, but I don't think so. I think we screwed the pooch, but I'll tell you what, never give up.
Right. Well, brother, listen, I appreciate you, my friend, and as always,
tell them the truth.
I love it, man. I love it. I thank you for the call. But guess what you just did?
I brought Oakland and the United States in the building.
There you go. Oakland's in the building. We appreciate it. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, more from the phone lines.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text EQUAL to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text EQUAL to 321-321. That's EQUAL to 321-321.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about. KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you, when we fight, we win. The Youth Justice Coalition is challenging America's addiction to incarceration and discrimination. YJC works to dismantle policies leading to mass incarceration, law enforcement violence, and the school-to-prison pipeline. Their approach, transformative justice, community intervention, free LA high school, legal defense, and system monitoring. YJC promotes safety without relying on prisons. Their goal, prevent system contact and help people exit the system through direct action, advocacy, and education. Want to get involved or need help? Call 323-235-4243. That's 323-235-4243. Join YJC in creating change. When we fight, we win. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice for justice. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
For years, the people of Orphalese carried a feeling of warmth and beauty within their hearts. But as all things come to pass, their leader, Al-Mustafa, had to depart to carry his majestic feeling of the story of life to other lands. Though time and time again, his believers knew of his departing, and although his body would be traveling far, far ever so far away, his soul will remain with them forever, and they'll remember always Al-Mustafa, the beloved.
If we look at the outcomes from therapy, what we begin to realize is that our attitudes, our perceptions, all of these things actually determine our outcomes. So when I perceive that I'm not very good at a subject, how do I feel and how do I respond? So in some of the patients that I've worked with, unfortunately, when they feel like they're not good at something, they have been taught, right? This is crazy. They have been taught that no amount of effort will make a difference. This is why they're lazy. It's because when they were very young, they tried really hard and then they could never make their parents happy. So if you can never make your parents happy, what do you learn about the value of effort? You begin to realize that, oh, effort is a waste of my time because nothing I ever do will be enough. That is crazy. This is how you've already been gaslit. So the value of therapy is in undoing all of the gaslighting that has been done so far.
Yikes. We on complete fire tonight. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness, man. This new generation, they want to avoid the difficulties of life. But it is in the difficulties of life that lie all of the jewels. The jewelry lies in difficulty. Right? I'm sorry. People don't... Does Rumi's teaching that the wound is where the light enters render the soft life's trauma avoidance a form of soul starvation? Can Ramana Maharishi's self-inquiry, who am I, dissolve soft life attachments by revealing the illusory self-seeking comfort? If avoidant partners, per Jeb Kinnison, crave self-reliance, does the soft life's gentle dependency, guys, mask intimacy fears under spiritual aesthetics? Listen to what's being said here. How might Patrick Carnes' trauma bonding model explain relationships where financial provision for a soft life become covert emotional blackmail? I'm asking real questions. True or false? Secure attachment, John Bowlby, requires tolerating relational friction. If you're securely attached, you know how to deal with relational friction, making the soft life's conflict avoidance inherently insecure. Are you telling me that the soft life is more aligned with insecure attachments? Does Carl Rogers' conditions of worth concept indict influencer-driven soft life ideals as new conditions eroding unconditional self-acceptance? Why is this important? Because I'm outlining that the majority of people are not using the soft life right. And you say, why you say that, Zoe? Because there is no soft life. It's an illusion. Spiritual growth and spiritual evolution is difficult. Self-awareness, the journey to self-awareness, is not easy. So what you're basically saying is, hey, partner, don't disturb my peace. Well, as a partner, I'm going to say, guess what? You don't have any peace if it can be disturbed. You only have quiet. Do you see? Don't change it, reframe it. Don't disturb my quiet. Because you carry peace wherever you go. Do you see? How does Jesse Anthony's toxic femininity critique intersect with Remus Bailey's feminine energy to rebrand patriarchal compliance as empowerment? It's getting ugly up in here. Agree or disagree? The soft wife life medium weaponizes black women's rest narratives to resurrect the strong black woman trope under a luxury aesthetic. I've got questions. I want to know. I can't make your journey inward any softer than being present, right? Than being non-judgmental, than accepting you as you are. I can't make that any softer. But what happens when you don't do the internal work and then I become a nuisance, an annoyance? Oh, don't act like that hasn't. Hey, babe, I'm just trying to make you comfortable. I'm trying to make sure you okay. You're doing too much. Give me space. Be quiet. Leave me alone. See? Do you see? Are y'all listening? When the voice of reason comes forward, if you think I've just begun, you're absolutely correct. Here we go.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Black Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass is blaming former President Trump for sparking weekend violence.
It's the last thing our city needs.
She says ICE raids triggered fear that escalated when Trump sent in federal troops. While Trump claims he deployed the National Guard due to rising chaos, Bass and Governor Newsom are urging him to pull the troops from L.A. Bass is also calling for continued peaceful protest. A former girlfriend of Sean Diddy Combs